It does give him a bit of deep. Okay, they do go for the Dragon Knight. It does. It synergizes so well with the Jakiro.
But
it does.
As you rightly pointed out, it hasn't been the most successful hero for S4 either.
It doesn't match his playstyle super well, but I think they had.
River from behind. From the north comes the Phoenix. The Timber just baiting. An Alliance are about to be caught totally unawares. There's the jump in. EGM, eat the Sunray, meet the Centaur, and easy first blood. NaVi.
Go to the mid lane and we see Ditya Ra move down to the bottom lane.
Shackle mid, that's the swoop forward, Icarus dive, and then they're gonna chase this one a bit. The Sunray comes out, round 2. S4, will he dodge the power shot? He can't! Dendi pierces his armor and shuts him down. Saneko just making plays, as always, in the laning stage for NaVi. She'll kill. And going back to your point about the Slardar here, I guess they're going to try to do it with just aggression. They run onto EGM looking for the crush. He's going to hold it. He recalculates, then he lets it fly. They get off the follow-up stomp and the Hadouken art style. Very good micro here, but he might end up going down anyway to the nukes of EGM. That twin head is awful tanky. General finding that secondary stun, and Miwa on the mid lane. Dendi's also gone down. Alliance firing back. Make it 2-3 as they can't run down Loda, who skates away. So S4 is perhaps not to the liking of Loda. This is an unwilling patient that he moves after, but EGM probably the easier target. Let's see who they go on. It is Loda. Stop. Oh, he just barely dodges it. So they're going to go back for the easier, lower-hanging fruit of the kill. But Artstyle kind of finds himself surrounded by his own creeps, and Loda just runs back in on him. General's trapped out in the trees. Not exactly the smoothest gank from NaVi, but they do end up getting the twin head in the end. Some additional damage. Even roaming now, the Slardar looking towards the top rune. They want to fight this out. The Shackle comes through from the low ground. The follow-ups there from Saneko with the balanced Ray and S4. He tries to make it out. He's so low, but not good enough. The Firebird wins again distally. And then you look towards the mid game. Can have a lot of impact, and again it's on the top. The bubble gets dropped, but EGM shackled outside of it, can't follow it up with any sort of damage. He could be in danger here. Artstyle turning back towards him. The fire, the Hadouken onto EGM. They continue to ramp up the damage. Back up, not in sight. Loda again throws EGM to the horde of...
You can't push versus the Slardar, and you can't defend any of these ganks that NaVi are pushing around the map.
Ra, perhaps a bit too bold here. He comes in, he tries for the tower deny. That won't happen. But again, it's Saneko. Back to the party. He's got an egg already. Only 9 minutes in. He'll drop it. Shackle. Oh, a bit off the mark. Could have been a huge setup on 2 heroes. Still NaVi are chasing. They really hunt for these kills. They dive deep on Ake. They want that Skywrath Mage. They get him too. And Saneko healing Ditya Ra. All the while, however, he will fall as the trade. A 1-for-1. Bit unpolished there, a bit sloppy, but NaVi will retreat fairly safe.
Bulldog has committed for a hit of minus.
Bulldog, he's definitely not afraid to take this late, even if he is a brood. He's shown that hero can scale quite well, but EGM, he's a punching bag at this point. Another death for him. Just gets pummeled time after time by NaVi, but he is drawing 3-4 TPs or rotations every time he dies, and all the while NaVi the high ground positioning. They don't have the blink yet on the Slardar though. He's about 600 gold short or so, and it's S4 who ends up ambushing Saneko at long last. The Phoenix dies at the start of a fight. That is a whole lot sweeter. Loda being chain stunned, completely controlled for now by Artstyle. He does get the time walk out, but he's running for dear life. He has a chrono, doesn't want to waste it defensively. Walk and retreat. But Alliance feeling very confident. That rune is about to spawn. S4 down in the river. That Shackle doesn't end up connecting. Looked like it might, but Dendi couldn't quite find the angle. Still, they burn S4 down. Power shot. He did have a bit of extra regen there. Pops the stick, pops the bottle. Now they want to turn. Saneko overextending again. That's twice now he's gotten punished. And meanwhile, Chen also roasting as EGM massacres the creep army. NaVi firmly on the back foot after this last sequence of events. They might lose a third hero. Artstyle will end up dropping to the rotation of Ake. That's a 3-for-0 exchange. Do they just try to take it right away? NaVi, General's gonna jump, he gets the initiation off on Ake. This is the Blink Dagger debut, it nets them an Ake kill. Does Loda want to counterplay? Shackle coming through, won't connect on EGM. Where's that chrono? It's a pretty good one, but the egg's on top of it, so Alliance don't want to walk in. This is gonna completely waste the chronosphere. NaVi now, Roche at half HP, Bulldog being forced back a bit. They get the amp damage on him. A Bulldog kill would be huge. They crush him. They latch onto him. Can they focus him down? Chasing a bit further. He gets up one auto attack. EGM now finds himself on an island as his Bulldog again retreating. Dendi just fishing, looking for the follow-up action here. NaVi finding their customary aggression, waving with an awful lady stage. There's the Shackle from Dendi, and they find the S4 kill. Make it 11-7. They're not done just yet. On to Loda they go. Sunray coming through as the time walk does get it off, but they can potentially still chase this. He's still in range for a bit of additional damage. trying. Good job there with the time dilation, but still the Blink Crush comes out. General will get another kill for the team. 12-7 now the score as 4 Alliance heroes, including the Skywrath earlier, hit the deck. A complete coup d'etat from NaVi, who will now also, on top of that, 3,000 smoke from NaVi. Alliance already getting nervous. They're backing out. There's the quick time walk away, but Dendi, he's hasted, racing after Loda, thinking about a chrono. He hesitates, fishing for the angle. Dendi, he doesn't get it. No latch for you, sir, but instead, they might get EGM. He's on the run once more. The star-crossed Jakiro drops, but hey, I guess at this point, it's probably the best kill to be giving up.
Alliance are still farm shackled from Windranger's mass force stats, but they don't have any
There's
farm.
the Blake, the jump onto S4. There's no save, there's no counterplay. Your tanky mid lane Dragon Knight just gets eviscerated, and NaVi surging back into pole position in this one. Now look for the tier 2 mid. EGM can do not but watch.
Shadowblade and going back in for round 2.
Round 2, fight. This one's a shackle. Dendi still got the DD, just chunks him down, pops the BKB, and the ultimate, but Windrun says, you can't lifesteal for me. And Dendi gets the last lap. Again, how aggressively they want to push their advantage now, and again, a deep flank coming in. It's from the Slardar, from behind Alliance. It might be a triple crush if they're not careful. Will General get the jump? Doesn't look like it. The chrono comes out first, isolates Ditya. The yank gets focused down. Alliance executing much better this time. General a bit late to the party there, not able to help his team. And Ditya on his own, but Dendi still finding counter kills. They brought down the Void. Bulldog has to turn tail and run as the BKB is ended. Dendi continues to lay into him. Will blink out. A 2-for-1 there, but EGM, oh, again and again. This poor Jakiro. Left of the Chen creeps is being saved a bit by the team. He may actually live through a fight. Hoo-ah for EGM. He makes it out. Artstyle now trying to retreat the creep army out, it looks like, and send home some teammates. He will get Dendi out of there safely. Now he finds himself on an island, gets slowed down, nuked down, and brought down. That is not the ideal fight for NaVi. They give up 3 kills in Alliance. They just didn't get the Slardar initiation they were looking for.
Nope. And Timbersol, I think he tanked everything in that fight. He has a hood. He popped it right before the Mystic Flare came out.
Okay, the quick draw in general. He's just pressing. Bit frustrated perhaps with the way that fight went. Felt like he had to make a play for the team.
Even something as simple as a Dragon Tail.
All right, Alliance, they know this rush is happening. They've got a couple of Spiderites in the pit, but they're too late. And General does see Loda, gets the crush, finds the amp. Dendi's there as well with the shackle. NaVi quick to strike. They draw first blood of this engagement, and now they move back towards Ake, but Seneko very low. He gets nuked up, healed by Artstyle. Ake gonna fall too. They keep Seneko in fighting shape. In General, this is what I'm talking about with NaVi. They hunt for the backliners. They want those extra kills. They're on a power play. There's the shackle and the crush combo. S4 just completely controlled by Artstyle. Now will end up going down, and General hunting for... And Dendi does not want to waste it on the tower without the egg, so he just pokes. He gets caught again by an ice path. Again the breathe fire. Again the dragon battle rages, but one man's a man, and one the other's a dragon. Loaded there, does get the good chrono though, off onto Ira. He'll go down quickly, and gets dropped into the middle of Alliance. Can they burst it? They will. Alliance holding the high ground, turning on NaVi. General down, Artstyle as well. They spring the trap. They only got a one-man chrono, but that was all they needed. As they smoke again.
Even the HP regen, if you have the pipe HP regen and then 32 HP regen from max stats.
Oh, this could be huge. It's going to be a very quick Roshan respawn, and Slardar ends up getting caught out. General, oh boy, gem down. S4 pops a celebratory BKB at the tail end of that.
You don't expect the Slardar to be alone like that. With
buying time for the Slardar respawn as they barely clip Artstyle here. They commit onto him. Loda spending a lot of time working on a very tanky support Chen, but Dendi's the real grab, and that's the one that S4 catches out. BKBs aplenty have been popped by Alliance, but it's gotten them 2 critical kills around the pit, and they come back in. No buyback on Dendi. They won't have their prized Windranger, but who needs her when you've got Sunray? General onto Ake, does get off the crush, but Seneko, the bigger prize, brought down by the chain stun of Loda together with S4. They work on Ditya. He is getting some stacks out. He chains, but he ends up just getting set back, and he chains back into the fight. Ditya all over the place with this one for a Loda Sphere.
General has a really tough time jumping.
And there's the shackle. It's a long range one. It's the catapult that works against Loda and quickly drops the egg. Loda pops his BKB. They just beat it down. Then the follow-up chrono. It's the right kind of Loda Sphere for Alliance. The one that might end NaVi's hopes in game number 1. General, very low. He does Shadowblade out. S4's been caught. The secondary shackle against Magic, but they get onto Dendi. He's been sent home by Artstyle. The nuke, the ice path isn't enough. I think he makes it out of this one, Ben. They haven't gotten the racks. They end up being forced back just with the Dragon Knight death. Heading straight, beelining really towards Alliance.
What
It's
kind of
in the
jackal shot can he
trees.
hit?
Do they get a good crush? He's the gem carrier. They jump Loda. Dendy's ready as well. The BKB coming through. Loda just melting. Dendy might kill him off the bat. He does end up getting off the chrono on the general, and they will possibly lose Dendy here. Loda survives through it all. Just walks away. Cool guys don't look back at explosions, and Loda looks very cool right now. 4 drop. NaVi forced to throw out a buyback here on Dendy. How did they not kill Loda in that fight? The living legend coming back to life here in a critical moment. 23-20, they begin their siege. They're down 3 heroes on the side of NaVi, and Dityara basically sacrificed his own life just to stall. It does allow Dendy to get a crucial kill in S4. Alliance have abandoned their brother, and they will suicide the Timbersaw, so no gold, but now Dendy, he's out too far. That's a dieback on the Dendy Bond, and Alliance, this might just be it. They've got 100 seconds to go without the Wind Ranger. Exposed racks mid and bottom. Holy 6 slotted. Brood Mama on to General, just a couple of pokes. The Spider spreads her legs, and the Bulldog Broodmother continues to rack up kills to have a huge impact in the late game. Doing it again here in game 1. Alliance close in. The Swedes, they're almost there. They just need 1 or 2 more kills, or at least for NaVi not to come and defend. Dityara decides to. That may cost him. BKB's out. Dityara down. That's all 3 cores dead, and Alliance have all but sealed it. NaVi have nothing but underfarm supports to defend the base. They'll rotate to top. They want the Megas. Slow and steady. Alliance just outlasting NaVi in these critical engagements. Bit by bit, inch by inch, they zero in. A very feudal light comes out, marking where the NaVi base once stood. But the Hordes have reassembled, and they are looking for this final lane of Rex. No split push, no hope in sight. Alliance may lay down. Ranged is all that remains, and there's the GG. Alliance, they start to put the crown back on here in game 1. They're out to a 1-0 lead.
Man, if you look at Chen's net worth at the end of the game, he had 15,000, whereas he was maybe like 6,000 above the Slaughter. Just not enough farm on the Slaughter, not enough farm on Dityara, and I must